There we go. Got it. Okay.
Hey guys, how's it going? My name is David Neyts, and this is...
Hey everyone. Jonathan Cocco. What's up?
Hey, so we often work together. We've been actually collaborating for the past, 10 years?
That makes me feel old, so I'm going to say 10 months. How about that? Because I'm only 21.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
No, it has been 10 years.
It has been 10 years, unfortunately. But fortunately, because we did meet each other, which is kind of cool. But the whole subject of this video is that we made a short film back in November. And it was a really cool project called...
A Matter of Pinkies and Honor.
Yes. And this was a project that, basically it's a short film that was proposed to us, that was given to us by a friend that I met actually through the gym. And he had a really cool project that he wanted to do. And we just thought that basically because Jonathan has all this equipment and I have all this team of people we work with together, that it would be really cool to do. So we just thought that, okay, well, if you're going to do something for a demo reel, we might as well make a short film. And on top of that, if we're going to do a short film, we might as well make a short film that has a potential of becoming a feature.
Yes, and the reason why it's called Pinkies in Honor is because it deals with a Yakuza guy who has to cut his pinky off, you see? Mm-hmm. You know, in Yakuza culture, is it Yakuza culture? Whatever. You know, Japanese organized crime, mafia, whatever you want to call it, to atone for... mistakes, sins, and transgressions, they usually will cut their pinky off. So
exactly.
Yeah,
our actor Toru, he's about to cut his finger. It's kind of scary. Yeah, he still has it, but not for long. Not for long. We'll see. It's a matter of pinky, so we'll see if we can save your honor. And then we also wanted to play on the whole culture of the Sapeur, which is basically the culture that is in Africa of people wearing very beautiful suits, and because he is Mael, the main actor, one of the main actors in the short, is from Gabon. We just thought that it would be fun to play on that whole thing, that there's a gang leader from Africa that is a sapeur, and he's like very well dressed, and that's the whole premise of the thing, and everything about him is very exuberant. In some way, he actually enjoys life a lot, and that's why
he is that guy. I mean, we filmed at his place, which used to be Jake Paul's or Logan Paul's, one of the Paul brothers. He used to live there and stuff like that, and he had an actual grand piano, like really expensive looking thing. So I'm like, well, we got to use that as a prop, basically.
But let's break down a little bit like how we shot this, because I think that's actually like really interesting.
Yeah. Initially we were gonna shoot it during the day, and then during the scout with the DP, once again Marshall Victory, we realized that we're going to have to shoot this at night, just because at the time of the year the day really went away fast. It was mostly nights. You know, I think nightfall was like around 6 at the time or something like that.
Maybe even earlier.
It's like at 5.
It was.
Oh no, it was like 4. It was starting to set, I think. At the time.
It was end of November, so it was.
Yeah. So it's like we knew this was gonna take a while to film, and we didn't want to have to be chasing light changes and stuff like that. Because if anyone here is shot during the day, like there's a lot of work that has to go into it. And just we had the producer, who's also Mael, one of the lead actors in it, paying for it. But I mean, there's only so much money to go around. So renting additional equipment, like flags, we're talking like 20 foot by 20 foot frames, getting additional crew to do it. So it was just easier to shoot at night.
Yeah. The whole thing about the shoot is that we wanted to do it in 2 days, but realistically, I think that
3 days.
3 days would have been just more doable, because it just depends how you're shooting. But when you're trying to go to a higher level where you're using all these lights and all this crew and all that, you want to be able to have at least 1 or 2 days where you're doing the dialogue scenes, and then set up a specific special day that's separate from all the dialogue scenes, that's just for the fighting scene. This is also another thing that was really interesting that happened during the whole shoot, is that Marshall Victory, or DP, brought in one of his friends, Eddie Tsai, that is a martial artist and choreographer, but he also specializes in wire work. So we thought, well, this would be cool to maybe do a wire trick.
It was last minute. I was around sitting, all of a sudden I started setting up the harness. I'm like, wait, what? No, okay. I'm just going along for the ride sometimes, so you got to just embrace the chaos.
Yeah, and Marshall had brought in one of his stunt friends, Chris Womack. And
again, the gym. Everyone meets through the gym.
Exactly, the gym again. But to be fair, I mean, it's a stuntman, so where else would you
makes
meet him?
sense, yeah.
So he brought Eddie, he brought Chris, and it was just a perfect combination to be able to try to do a stunt. And it wasn't the most complicated thing, and but I think it was a good warm-up for us to like start a fight scene the next day. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
To get into the whole action thing, and then we did do some gunplay also, which was which was a lot of fun, and we had the whole like shtick about doing it comical, where the pinky goes into the
because he cuts his pinky off, and then the other actor grabs the pinky and throws it into the barrel of the gun to stop him, and then they fight. So
here we have Jesse and Chris. We're rehearsing the fight scene for Toru and Mael. I don't know where Toru is, but they're really awesome action actors, and they're going at it. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, we're really excited because the fight scene is going to be shot in pretty much the next 30 minutes or something like that. We're going to get the first shot on the fight scene. Chris and Eddie really stepped it up, and they fine-tuned a lot of the choreography, which actually made me come to this conclusion that next time, even though I have a lot of fight experience and Marshall has a lot of fight experience and Mael and Toru do some fighting on camera, it's really important to have a choreographer, and I think that the next short film that we do or feature film that we do, definitely we're going to have a specialized person just 100%. For choreography. And also on another note was the fact that we did try to do a bunch of makeup, like
because to cut off the pinky, because unfortunately Toru would not actually cut his real pinky off.
Just shoot me, okay? Don't worry about that guy. Just shoot me. Right?
It's freaking diva actors, you know.
I know. I was expecting a method actor that would actually do
cut
it.
The pinky off. You know, it's for the hone your craft.
Exactly. I mean, how many hours do you have to reattach it? He could have cut it and like reattach it within 6-7 hours. You know.
Well, I can regenerate my pinky, but you know, it's just me.
But not everybody is superhuman as you.
Yeah, all that yoga really helps out a lot. Yeah, so that's a tricky part too, is making that work effectively and everything.
Yeah.
It worked out pretty well, though. We thought for a second we'd have to enhance it with some CGI in post, but it ended up working out pretty well.
Yeah, I thought so too, that we would have to enhance it. But that is actually like a good point, because there is something that we have to make a difference between having a makeup artist that knows how to apply the makeup and having a VFX supervisor that actually prepares the VFX.
And a special effects makeup person, because visual effects and special effects are different. Visual effects are done post with computer.
Exactly.
CGI and special effects is more practical, like that's actually happening on set.
Exactly, and even though we had that makeup artist, we didn't have somebody on set that had enough experience to know exactly how to make an actual cut of the pinky or how to make blood drip at a certain point and all that, because it is a completely different job. And and that's something that as films are progressing, as we are getting bigger films done, we're probably going to have to get a makeup artist and also...
And we still had 15, 20 people on set at any given moment, so we still had...
Yeah.
I mean, really, we should be operating at 30 people crew, essentially, bare minimum, not including actors and stuff like that, because it's a lot more than people realize.
And this was actually the transition where you started having the Zeiss lenses, right?
Yeah, I think this is the first time using the Zeiss lenses, They're
called what, compact lens? What's it called?
Compact primes.
Yeah, so they're compact primes. They all pretty much look the same, but they all have different, 28 millimeter, 21 millimeter.
Here's the difference between them. Here's the compact cinema prime. It's more like a cone shape here. This is a typical lens. This is a Rokinon prime, and it's more cylindrical. The reason is because you want a longer focus ring, so you have less room for error, less margin. Less margin for error on it.
But yeah. So once again, going back to the producers and all that, I really wanted to thank Nesta and Mael for having produced the short film, because they really hooked us up with food, which is very, very important part of production. I would say that without food, usually people will just get angry, and if you're gonna go low budget on everything, you just can't be cheap on food.
Pay your crew through their stomachs.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you need to, because they will remember that the most. So
even more than what is needed.
Assume you should get 1.5 times more food, lots of snacks, stuff like that, lots of coffee.
5:08 on the second day of a 1-day shoot, basically. So it's a wrap. It's a wrap. They did a really, really good job.
We literally just wrapped.
Yeah, it took 2 days for a 1 day shoot, and it was just
two
crazy.
12-hour shoots. So
Yeah,
24
overnight,
hours.
and they were supposed to be day shoots too, which kind of sucks.
Yeah,
but
well,
everybody was there, everybody was a trooper, and I think we did a great job. And
I think so too.
Yeah,
We got it. All right.
Yeah.
Hats off to the fighters who got beat up and everything like that.
And now we get to go to our day jobs.
Yay!
Perfect.
All right. Woo! Time to break down, everybody.
I really hope that you enjoyed looking at our behind the scenes of this whole video, this craziness that it was for us. And we really hope to bring you more of this kind of content. We just recently shot another video, and then I'm going to do another BTS bout and all that stuff. And I'm just going to keep on doing more of these kind of videos because I think it's just interesting to see how we are shooting, and also it's probably interesting for you guys to see the evolution of how we go from going from these small productions to eventually bigger and bigger things. So
we got more stuff coming up pretty soon. We'll be filming probably next weekend. So.
Yeah, exactly. So thank you for watching. Please be sure to subscribe, hit the like button, leave us a comment too. Like if you have any questions about equipment or maybe some aspects of the filming. Or you're scared to start your first production and you'd like to talk about it or whatever, we're here to listen to you. I actually like talking about this kind of stuff to people, so.
Or if you don't like the video, thumbs down, leave a negative comment. I dare you to. Bring it.
Thumbs down is good too. I mean, as long as it makes the algorithm of YouTube boost my video, I'm happy about that.
Right.
So, that's it. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Peace.